Big news in the world of Formula One. Rumor has it that Liam Lawson might take over Sergio Perez's seat at Red Bull after the Mexico Grand Prix. Fans are buzzing with excitement and shock as this could be a major shakeup in the team. Is this really happening? What led to this decision? And what does it mean for both drivers? Many F1 fans and experts expected Red Bull to replace Sergio Perez after the 2024 summer break. However, to everyone's surprise, Red Bull decided to keep him. Rumors suggest the main reason for this decision was to let Perez race in his home country, Mexico. But according to F1 photographer Kym Illman, this may change after the Mexican Grand Prix. When asked about the buzz surrounding Daniel Ricciardo and the possibility of him replacing Sergio Perez at Red Bull, Kym shared what he's been hearing. "We talk a lot in the paddock, and the word is that Daniel could be in line to take Sergio's seat. This is just chatter, of course, nothing official. But if Sergio doesn't perform well, especially after the Mexican Grand Prix, where he's a big fan favorite, they might decide to replace him. There's a chance Daniel could step in, and even Liam might get an early drive. But again, it's just what I'm hearing." Ricciardo, currently racing for Red Bull's sister team, VCARB, is expected to move back to Red Bull to help defend their constructors' title. Lawson would likely fill Ricciardo's seat at VCARB. However, Illman clarified that these are only rumors circulating in the paddock. There is no guarantee about what Red Bull will actually decide. Even though Perez has been struggling this season, he still brings value to the team. Red Bull's final decision remains a mystery, but changes might be on the horizon. Most Red Bull seat aspirants can't compete with Perez for one simple reason. Sergio Perez plays a crucial role in helping Red Bull raise significant funds, particularly due to his immense popularity in Latin America. Reports estimate that Perez brings the team an astonishing $70 million annually through sponsorships and fan support. Formula E racer Mitch Evans highlighted this advantage, explaining that many drivers can't compete with Perez's financial contributions. Soy Motor quoted Evans, saying, "A lot of drivers who get a chance bring money. Look at Sergio Perez, he's still bringing money to Red Bull, and you can't compete against that. He's not a bad driver, but it's hard to challenge him when you're up against that level of financial backing." However, Perez's financial value may not be enough to secure his seat if Red Bull feels his recent performance could threaten their chances of defending the Constructors' Championship. The team's position in the standings is crucial because it directly impacts the prize money they receive. Every place lost or gained means millions of dollars, which could outweigh the financial benefits Perez brings. If Red Bull believes Perez's current form is jeopardizing their title defense, the team may decide that his off-track contributions are no longer enough. In such a case, replacing him with someone like Daniel Ricciardo, who could boost performance, might be a logical move. Is Lawson the perfect candidate to replace Perez? Just a month after securing a 2-year contract extension with Red Bull, Sergio Perez's future in Formula One seems uncertain. Performance clauses in his contract are putting him at risk of losing his seat as competition intensifies across the grid. Since signing his new deal, Perez has only managed to score 11 points in 4 races, falling behind drivers like Haas's Nico Hülkenberg and Aston Martin's Lance Stroll, and far behind his teammate Max Verstappen, who has racked up 86 points. To make matters worse, Perez has yet to outqualify Verstappen this season. Red Bull had previously tolerated Perez's performance gap with Verstappen, but with McLaren and Mercedes gaining ground in the Constructors' Championship, that leniency has disappeared. The team now considers Perez's form unsustainable and is reconsidering his position for the future. A key part of Perez's uncertain future might lie in a seemingly routine filming day held by Red Bull at Silverstone. Red Bull's rising star, Liam Lawson, was behind the wheel of the RB20, completing 33 laps of the circuit. While the team used demonstration tyres and the mileage was capped at 200 kilometers, this session gave Red Bull a chance to evaluate Lawson's performance under conditions similar to those of a Grand Prix. Ricciardo and Tsunoda are failing to make an impact. It might seem surprising that Liam Lawson is now being considered a strong contender for a Red Bull seat, especially after being overlooked earlier this year. Red Bull opted to retain Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda, hoping one would clearly outperform the other. However, that hasn't been the case. While Tsunoda has a slight advantage, having scored 20 points to Ricciardo's 11 and 13 to 11 since Ricciardo received a new chassis in China, the margin is still close. Tsunoda also leads in their qualifying battle 10-5, but neither driver has delivered the standout performance Red Bull had hoped for. As a result, Red Bull has shifted its focus to Lawson. At just 22 years old, the New Zealander has a strong racing pedigree, with success at every level he's competed in. His early achievements include a runner-up finish in ADAC F4, beating notable drivers like Enzo Fittipaldi and Frederick Vesti. He also won the Toyota Racing Series, finishing ahead of Marcus Armstrong, and secured second place in Euro Formula Open, competing against Yuki Tsunoda. Liam Lawson has proven himself as a rising star in motorsport. He finished fifth in Formula 3, just 21 points behind champion Oscar Piastri, and went on to beat Logan Sargent for third place in the 2022 Formula 2 season. His talent isn't limited to single-seaters either, as he narrowly missed out on winning the DTM title in 2021 and the Super Formula title in 2023, showcasing his versatility as a driver. However, what truly highlighted Lawson's potential was his 5-race stint as Daniel Ricciardo's replacement at AlphaTauri in 2023. Ricciardo had suffered a metacarpal fracture during free practice at the Dutch Grand Prix, giving Lawson the opportunity to step in. Despite being a rookie, Lawson was competitive against his teammate Yuki Tsunoda in qualifying. His standout performance came in Singapore, where he not only made it to Q3, but also finished 9th in the race, the best result for the team that season up to that point. Since then, Lawson has taken on the role of reserve driver for both Red Bull and AlphaTauri, spending valuable time on the simulator in Milton Keynes. This role, which has been a stepping stone for many young drivers before they entered Formula 1, has allowed him to stay sharp and contribute to the team's setup work. Lawson is now patiently waiting for his next opportunity to step back onto the grid, with his future looking increasingly promising in the Red Bull system. Stepping away from racing is always tough for a driver, and Daniel Ricciardo is feeling that pressure. With Liam Lawson's impressive performances, there is growing speculation that Ricciardo could be replaced by Lawson as soon as the summer break. Red Bull's motorsport advisor, Helmut Marko, hinted at this possibility when speaking to the Austrian newspaper Kleine Zeitung 2 weeks ago. He explained, "The goal was for Ricciardo to be considered for Red Bull Racing with exceptional performances. That seat now belongs to Sergio Perez, so that plan is no longer valid." Marko also made it clear that Red Bull is looking to put a younger driver in the spotlight, and Lawson seems to be the front runner. "We have to put a young driver in there soon. That would be Liam Lawson," he added. This indicates that Red Bull is considering evaluating Lawson with a potential fast track to the main Red Bull team as early as 2025. There's even a possibility that Lawson could replace Perez sooner than expected. While Lawson may not yet be considered a once-in-a-generation talent, his consistent performance and adaptability have made him a reliable option. He hasn't retired in his last 20 races across F2 and Super Formula, proving his steady hands behind the wheel. Whether Lawson is ultimately the best candidate for Red Bull remains uncertain. However, one thing is clear: Red Bull will thoroughly assess his abilities before making any decisions. The team is known for leaving no stone unturned when it comes to securing the best talent for their lineup, and Lawson's growing potential puts him firmly in their sights. So, what do you think of Red Bull's shocking move of replacing Perez with Lawson? Is he the right fit? Comment below your views and subscribe for more.